Hello folks, and welcome to Noob-Splaining. My name is Wolf. Now if this is your first time around here, then this is where I explain the crazy, over-the-top world of Warhammer 40,000 that nerds like me love so much. In this particular series, I'm looking at the new combat patrol boxes, comparing them to the old versions, and giving you a basic idea of how the units should be used and what to add next to your collection. So, hit subscribe, grab a drink, settle in, and get comfy. Prepare for a Noob-Splaining session. Welcome back folks. Firstly, my apologies for the lack of regular content recently. But unfortunately the real world got in the way again. So let's get on with this week's Combat Patrol review. Before we do though, there should be a link to my Just Giving page for the charity boxing fight I'm doing later this year. So if you have a couple of quid, euros or dollars spare, please consider donating. Shameless plug over, let's crack on with my review of the new Orc Combat Patrol box. So as always, the format of these videos is a brief look at the lore, what's in the box and what to do with it. So onto the lore, and who better to help me than my special guest, straight from the world of Warhammer 40k itself. I present none other than Ghazghkull Skull Slapper.
Wait a fucking minute! Ask for Ghazghkull Thracker. Thracker. Victor, did you order my special guest off a fucking Wish?
Anyway, introducing Gaz the Orc.
Hello you Umas, who's up for some crumping?
What the hell, Gaz? Okay folks, it looks like the boxing training has helped, as I've now managed to subdue Gaz with several punches to the head and throat.
This unit can crump.
Yes, I can. Now what do you say to the nice folks listening?
I promises not to trash the studio again.
Good boy Gaz. Here, have a snack squig. When the second edition of Warhammer 40,000 hit shelves, the Orcs were basically described mostly as a galactic-wide infestation.
Infestation? Ow! Well, now he puts it like that, boss. I suppose infestation is a good way to describe us Orcs.
Thank you, Gaz. Now, if you don't mind, can I get on with less interruption?
No promises. Ow! Yes, I will stick to the words you wrote down for me to say. Please stop punching me.
Anyway, the Imperium, as I said, describes the Orcs as an infestation on the galaxy, and it is pretty much rumoured that most planets have some level of Orc infestation. As this infestation is almost impossible to eradicate, the standard practices are to keep it in controlled numbers, as once the Orc numbers get too high, they do tend to get a bit fighty.
That's right, boss. Us Orcs love to get together and go for a good crumping, just like out weekends, and you like to visit that. Ow, of course, what you do in your time is your business, boss.
Thank you, Gaz. Now, as the lore has progressed, the Orcs' backstory has been fleshed out to teach us that they are a cross between an animal and some form of fungus.
Oi, I resemble that comment.
You mean resent?
Nope, I definitely resemble that.
Fair point. Turns out the Orcs, along with the Eldari, were created by the Old Ones for the war in heaven against the Necrons and the Catan, which the Necrons won.
No, they bloody didn't. We made them go for a nap. Ow! Thinking about it, that might just be Orky Orky stories we tell the boys.
That's actually a good way of putting it, Gaz. Here, have another snack squig. So the Necrons on the Catan won the war in heaven. Then the Necrons turned on the Catan, resulting in the Eldari winning by default, who then went on to rule the galaxy, while the Orcs just went about doing Orky things.
We is good at that.
Yes, Gaz, you are. I'm beginning to think this wasn't such a good idea. Anyway, let's move on to what's in the Combat Patrol box.
Ooh, this is my favourite bit.
Oh god. You get one beast boss.
He is the boss of your army because he is the biggest and the strongest.
That's right, Gaz. Did you figure that out because his name is the Beast Boss?
No, it was actually obvious he is the boss because you said him first.
I think I'm actually mildly impressed by that show of logic. You also get 4 Squig Hog boys and a bomb squig.
Stays away from the front of those squiggles. They can be mean. And that bomb squig goes boom if he gets too excited.
And finally, 20 beast snagger boys meant to be deployed in 2 squads of 10.
Those beast snaggers are zogging useless. They never been a proper orc boy like me.
Whoa, Gaz, watch the language.
What? You says worse than that all the time.
Well, for a start, it's my fucking channel, so I can. And secondly, I never use the Z word in this channel, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't either.
Okay, boss. Those beast snaggers are cunt and useless.
Ugh, forget it, you can use the Z word.
Thank you, boss.
Now, the first thing that strikes me about this combat patrol, it is a very melee-based army, and as such, you're going to have to play very aggressively.
That's right. Those jogging beast snaggers have only got sluggers and not any real shooters, so that he's likely to get all shot up before getting to the cramping. Your best bet is to use the squigogs with their really fast move to tie up the enemy's big guns so you can get the boss man and the boys into cramping the enemy with their choppers. Boss Morgan really zogged up here when he put the boys together, as they got no real shooters or anything that can deal with any of those trucks with all the heavy armour, and if the enemy has a death dread, you're proper zogged.
Wow, that is actually one hell of a tactical review. As Gaz said, this box is lacking firepower of any kind, and what it does have is such low range and so unlikely to hit, it's barely worth mentioning. The beast boss, as always, is, well, a beast in melee, and the snagger boys can deal nearly as much damage in melee as a space marine. What they lack, however, is the armour and wounds, so expect to lose quite a few before you get them into charge range. While an excellent introduction to the Beast Hunter Orc side of the faction, this is not, I feel, a very well balanced box for a new player. The idea of these combat patrols is to get people into the game, thus teaching you the game. So I think replacing one of the Beast Snagger squads with normal boys armed with shooters allows players to learn more about the shooting element of the game as well as the melee one. So let's rate it, shall we? Lore-wise, based on the contents, 8 out of 10, as it's a great snapshot of Beast Hunter Orcs. However, for ease of play for a new player, only 4 out of 10, as you're going to have to be very aggressive, so quite a bit of a learning curve for a new player. But it is going to make you a very aggressive Orc player, which in fairness is how Orcs should be played.
That's right, boss. We Orcs is the best at being aggressive. Bad news though, I ran out of snack squigs, so I was going to get the boys so we can go crumping. But thanks for having me, Wilf.
It's Wolf.
That's what I said, Wilf.
Whatever. Thanks, Gaz. See you next time. Well, thank God he's gone. That was a nightmare. Wait, is that a bomb squig? And so there we have it, folks, and that brings us to the end of this video. If you made it this far and haven't subscribed yet, please do so. If you're still listening at this point though, thank you for taking the time to watch my content, and I have another small favour to ask of you. Like the video, leave a comment, but most importantly, remember to show it to someone who could do with some noob-splaining in their life. Take care, folks. I'll see you next time.